Uh, God fucking damn it.
What's the matter, V? What's wrong?
I don't know, Aaron. Like, I was so excited for Sunday because I'm on a huge binge with American Gods, right?
Yep.
But I'm so pissed off because now I have to marathon so much other shit people keep throwing at my doorstep. They're like, have you seen Black Flags? It's like, what? I'm sorry, Black Sails. I was about to say, did I see the video game? Of course I have, bitch. The fuck? But apparently that's a show about pirates that leads into Treasure Island.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, have I seen this? I'm now on season 3.
I hate when that happens.
I know, it's just like, is this gonna be good? Let me turn on my Sling TV. Oh god, I'm on season 3. When did this happen?
About 3 weeks ago.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm just like, I wish I was so upbeat because of the episode tomorrow, but now I'm like, but pirates though.
Same thing happened to me with Legion when we got Hulu. I started watching Legion.
There's never a win here.
That's how our fixation with The Walking Dead got started, actually. We didn't watch it because we thought it'd just be another zombie show. And one of our friends convinced us. They're like, hey, just one episode. Just watch one episode. So we did with them and came home and immediately started binging it. But, you know, like all good things, they must come to an end. And unfortunately, that one has not yet. Because at this point, it has become torture porn.
Yeah, where Rick is now going to be in a movie series of The Walking Dead. It's like,
yeah,
why not just kill him?
You did it to everybody else. Jesus.
It's like, why not just kill him at this rate? Shit. What else is there for Rick to do? He's found his family is dead, he fucked Michonne, started a war, won a war. What the fuck do you want?
And he's not even going to be a part of another war.
Like,
oh, man.
Fucking Christ. Anyway, we got a show to do, so obviously gotta roll the intro.
Growing up and growing old, don't you feel the time moving forward every morning when we rise? If only we could make it right before the sun says goodnight.
Hello everybody, welcome back to What Grinds Our Gears, the podcast. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. The podcast owned by, ran by, and hosted by family members, where due to the fact that Britt has a family thing and I don't feel like disturbing Sally because she had a full-blown day of dancing. And as someone that used to enjoy dancing before life ruined it, I can understand how tiring that is.
Wait a second. She didn't become a stripper, did she?
Nah, fam.
Oh, okay.
Nah. Stripping is too cheap for her.
Just checking. Just making sure everything's okay.
Yeah, no, stripping is too cheap for Sally. They can't pay her what she's worth.
Just making sure, because, you know, usually when you hear one of your friends is turned to dancing, well, you're hoping either it's like Broadway or like choreographed dancing. And in most cases of my friends, you know, if I heard one of my friends had turned to dancing, I'd have been like, yeah, they ain't, nope, they're strippers.
Yeah, but, nah, our sister Sally ain't stripping, 'cause it's too cheap for her.
I'm just poking fun.
Oh, I know.
I don't mean.
And, we all know you miss Shreves and Phoenix. We had all the letters, but if they could be here, they would. But life is weird, and Jazz is in the middle of her final year of college, and I don't feel like ruining her final thesis.
That's probably a good idea. I hear those are pretty important.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be bro central right now.
Woot woot.
Where you got me is V. I'm here. There's nothing really spectacular to say, but over to the other side of this big ass round table, you guys know this man. He has no need for an introduction. We all know his 3 avatars in the world: Wade Wilson, Andy Dufresne, and Logan, whatever his last name is in the continuity.
James Howlett.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever continuity floats Marvel's boat. But we all know this man. We don't need to introduce him because he's the man, the myth, the legend, the all-powerful, the almighty, the all-incredible, the oh-so-handsome. But we all simply just know him as Hubs. Hubs, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Got more of my flooring done in my kitchen. Positive day.
That's a great way to start off the day. But today's podcast, it's gonna be about a oddly poetic symbolism behind one of the best classic rock groups and one of the most popular JRPGs of 2019 that has spanned for years now. And by that I mean Guns N' Roses the band equals Kingdom Hearts franchise.
Wait, what? What? Are you about to blow my mind, V?
Well, I mean, you blew my mind beforehand by bringing this topic to the forefront when Clancy was trying to give us pancakes and waffles.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to do it that way.
I mean,
yes.
I wish I could take the credit for it, but it's true. Hubs came up with this concept, so lay it on the fans.
So, me and Jenny were streaming Kingdom Hearts the other night, and V was on, and I don't know how we got hooked, but I pegged Guns N' Roses is, in fact, in real life, the Kingdom Hearts franchise. So let's look at their careers. They're young and upcoming friends, budding artists, breaking all the rules of rock, or, just adding to them, I guess. Suddenly something happens, and one of the greatest, fastest rising bands in history disappears and fades. Why? The darkness has overcome their hearts. But not all of their hearts. You see, some remain strong, like the man himself playing Sora in this franchise story. Slash and his top hat. Where there is a connection between Slash's top hat and Sora's shoes as well. They're both big, gaudy, and they make no absolute sense whatsoever as to how the thing stays on his head while he plays a guitar on stage.
Slash, you beautiful bastard, give us the secret.
It's the light in his heart. The magic. And then you have Axl Rose, who is, of course, shit.
I think it's Riku that's Axl Rose. No, it's Axl himself that's Axl Rose.
Yes, that's right, because that scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 where he's like with the ice cream with Riku.
No, with Kairi.
With Kairi, sorry. And she brings up a memory that triggers his past, and he gets all butthurt about it and walks away, which is basically Axl Rose, not Axl. Yes, Axl. Yes. They're both Axl. Axl is Axl. And then, you could just expound from that. You just pick anybody in the band. Duff McKagan, the bass player. Or guitar player? Shit. Oh my god.
Well, wasn't Slash the bassist?
No, Slash was the lead guitarist.
Okay, lead guitarist, so that would make him the bassist.
Well, there are 2 guitarists. So there's 2 guitars.
It's been a while since I've heard Guns N' Roses, so my memory's a little shot.
So is mine. Nope, he is bass guitar.
Okay.
Duff is bass guitar. Maybe Izzy. Is it Izzy?
Maybe it's Izzy.
Yes, Izzy Stradlin is the other guitarist. Was the other guitarist. Izzy, sadly, will not be back with Guns N' Roses. Sorry, I am looking up the original, because this is all pertaining to the original lineup of Guns N' Roses, not the current lineup, which includes Slash and Duff?
Yeah.
But not Izzy.
Yeah.
I don't think Izzy's coming back. I think, well, no. See, because if Slash can come back, I think Izzy can come back too.
Izzy could easily come back.
So, anyways, what?
What's up? What's wrong?
Hold on a second here. Just a second here. Okay, so their members have been or are, I think this must be current members. Yes, this is current members. Axl Rose, Duff McKagan, Slash, those are the, and Dizzy Reed, those are the 4 big ones there. Richard Fortus, Frank Ferrer, and Melissa Reese. So the only one missing in that is Izzy Stradlin, who is the original, as well as Tracy Guns. I'm not even joking. Not joking about that.
I know. It's just every time I think that it was basically the last names of Axl and... Oh, God.
Yeah, so it's Tracy Guns and Axl Rose. So Guns N' Roses. That's where that whole thing came from. The notable members, Buckethead. Anybody? No? He's literally a guitarist that plays with a KFC bucket on his head.
That is the stupidest nickname.
And wears a mask. He's a great guitarist, but totally did not fit with the GNR sound.
No, it's just that stupid nickname, too, that ruins it. He has sick licks, but it's like, bruh, why?
Bumblefoot.
Ooh, Bumblefoot wasn't that bad.
DJ Ashba.
I've heard of DJ Ashba, but
yeah, he's probably be the youngest. Anyways, we're getting off topic here. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna just strictly pertain to the original. What should I say? 5.
Let's say 5.
Tracy Guns was only in it for 1 year though, and that was like their beginning year. So, because according to the Wikipedia, which, you know, trust everything they say, Axl's been a member since 1985 to present.
Right.
And Tracy Guns was only in it in 1985, so that means he was only there for a year. So we'll just stick with Izzy, Slash, Duff, and Axl. Dizzy Reed didn't come in until 1990, but I suppose we could count him. Yeah. Anyways, as everyone knows, or will know, I'm sure, because Axl's talking about dropping a new record sometime soon in the future with the original, you know, Slash, and Duff, and the likes. You know, we do got to count Dizzy Reed, because he's been in the band since he joined the band in 1990. He never left. He's one of the few that never left.
And it's been rocking ever since.
Yep, him and Axl. So, what many don't know, in or around the times of 1996-97, there was some trouble brewing in the Guns N' Roses camp, where Axl said, "Fuck you, I am worth more than your lives," and decided to part ways. Or maybe the other way. Maybe Slash was like, "Fuck this." Anyways, Slash had clearly seen that darkness had taken over Axl's heart and needed to find a way back to his best friend, but
and
couldn't.
We're not making this up. This is literally how it feels about Guns N' Roses.
So, Slash leaves in order to find a cure for this darkness in Axl's heart. A year later, Duff McKagan falls prey to Axl's rage and gets fired from the band. without recourse or warning. Duff hangs his head, walks away. Finds Slash and decides to team up. There has to be a way to save him. So what do? What do they do, V? They go across the aisle a few years later, and they create the Band of Light. Velvet Revolver. Again, involving something red and a gun. But they create this supergroup, so to speak, of such greats as Slash and... Hold on. Pause. Pause it! No, I've got this, V. I just need some filler time in here. Yes, Velvet Revolver. Anyways. Including such members as Slash on lead guitars and Duff McKagan on the bass. Matt Sorum of Son of a Bitch. The Cult, Kings of Chaos, as well as Slash's Snake Pit. Because, yes, that was the thing for a while, too. Slash had his own thing going on. And Scott Weiland of the famed STP, or Stone Temple Pilots, if you want to say it that way. The supergroup. The super rock group of the late 90s, early aughts. With a similar name, different lineup. So now there are two Guns N' Roses. The dark heart-filled souls of Guns N' Roses, and the light heart-filled souls of Velvet Revolver. Revolver has a few hits. They go on doing great things. Side note, Scott Weiland was kind of there because STP kind of kicked him out because of his drug habits. Still a good person. Okay, I gotta keep this up. Anyway, so, as the story continues, Velvet Revolver has a few hits, great hits, smash hits, make it on the charts. And Guns N' Roses is falling, failing, faltering. Axl starts feeling the full weight of his decisions. Velvet Revolver breaks up because Scott Weiland and STP make up and, you know, start kissing facing, and they're like, we got like at least 3 more albums in them. I'd have to check the discography, but I don't know if they made it. Scott Weiland is dead. He died of a overdose.
Very sad.
The drug problems, yes. An affliction that has affected many of my favorite rock singers, Chris Cornell being one of them. He did not overdose, he actually committed suicide. But you could tell in all of his music, the man had some deep-seated existential thoughts going on in his head, and that's how he made such beautiful music, and it just overcame him. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. So Scott Weiland dies after leaving Velvet Revolver to go back to STP because the darkness of that evil juice filled his veins that he just could not get away from. Duff McKagan went on his own one-man shows, which actually ended up on Netflix. Actually, a pretty good show. You should check it out. Slash met a man named Miles Kennedy. Anybody who doesn't know who Miles Kennedy is, he is the lead singer of a group that was Alter Bridge, is no more. Alter Bridge, oh god, I'm getting real deep now. It's like freaking different dimensions here. Alter Bridge used to be Creed, which suffered the same similar fate as Guns N' Roses at the hands of Scott Stapp. So see, the darkness is everywhere in rock, and Slash is out there with Duff trying to cure it. Anyways, back to this. So Slash goes on his career with Miles Kennedy for a while. This is back to Slash's Snake Pit, even though it's not Slash's Snake Pit anymore. It's just Slash with Miles Kennedy. And yet, Slash and Duff are still working, striving. We need to save our friend. All of a sudden, 2017 comes. Was it 2017? I think it was 2017.
Fact check.
I'm fact checking this. Hold on. 2016. Sorry. 2016. So 3 years ago, this hype starts forming. YouTube is abuzz about this GNR reunion. A GNR reunion. Did Slash finally break through? I see this one video. It's one of Slash and Axl's very early on roadies, friends. And he's speaking about, man, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with these two. All you gotta do is get them in the same room and magic will happen again. Well, apparently that is exactly how it went, because as soon as Slash was reintroduced into Axl's life, the darkness was lifted. Much like Kingdom Hearts, when Sora saves Rox. Who's he saving again?
He saves a lot of people. Just pick one and it's still gonna be the same.
Oh god. And now GNR is bigger and badder than ever. They have a lineup that includes a woman, Melissa. She has a lot of A's in her name. Melissa Reese, Frank Ferrer, Richard Fortas, and Dizzy Reed. Dizzy Reed, actually, he's been there since, 1990. So again, we have to count him as an original member.
Yes.
So it's basically Axl and Dizzy going, we got this. Hold my beer. Yes. Oh, I forgot to mention, during the Velvet Revolver era, when they're releasing such hits, Guns N' Roses did come with a clapback. A CD that had been 10 years in the making. Axl's promise to take back the rock throne. Chinese democracy. And it did not do well. At all. But I have to say, I did listen to the album. It's a pretty decent album. I mean,
not the best.
This is at the time Buckethead was the lead guitarist for the band, so
fucking Buckethead.
You could definitely tell, because Buckethead has a very extremely specific sound to him. Like when I say extremely specific, think Tom Morello specific. Tom Morello has that extremely specific sound to him. Buckethead's is more like he mixes electronic with heavy metal guitar.
Yeah, that does not fit Guns N' Roses' image.
It doesn't. But for the most part, the album it sounded like a Guns N' Roses album. It just never picked up. It was almost like Guns N' Roses had been forgotten and left in the wayside, so nobody cared when Chinese Democracy came out. Because literally been talking about this album for 10 years. They had a name and everything. For 10 years, they had this album on the back burner, and they never released it. And I think the media, because a lot of album sales and a lot of music things nowadays revolves a lot around how the media and public portrays you.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So I think, unfortunately for them at that time, and because of Axl's reputation, everybody just went, yeah, nobody fucking cares. Having listened to and kind of kept up with Axl over the years, yeah, he's a bit of a dick, but not like... He's that kind of dick that'll call you out on your bullshit when he smells bullshit.
Yeah, I can respect that.
You know what I mean? But I think he did it a little bit too much. Like for stupid shit. I think that's where the whole rift came in. It was specifically one instance probably between him and Slash and Slash goes into it about why. But even Slash at the time didn't really know why. It was just like, oh, I'm fired? What the fuck?
I can just imagine Slash in his big hat just strumming out a new song like, hey buddy, so I got this new tune for the song. It's like, you fucking fired, man.
Yeah.
Fired?
Yeah, it's like, well, I think it happens to a lot of bands when they get big too quick. I mean, literally, look at this. 1985 is the start of this band.
Right.
All right. Metallica had already been out for 4 years.
Right.
And they haven't even made their big, hit yet with One, which was appeared on MTV. That came out in 1989. So that's still 3 years after this. Metallica at the time. Metallica in 1991, when they toured with Guns N' Roses, and this was supposed to be the big show for them, Guns N' Roses was bigger than them at that time. All right, and you look at Metallica now, they are, without a doubt, they are one of the most successful rock bands in history when it comes to influence and Grammy Awards album sales. I mean, that's insane for a rock group to span not one, but 3 generations.
Yeah.
And still be doing it. Still, they were on Billboard's top album sales list, or not Billboard's. It was IFPA. I forget who does it. So whoever keeps track of this, pure sales and record sales, and
I mean that's both IPA and Billboard's top 100, but that's like for current listings as well as overall / of all times.
Right. And then you can go to these websites, and I forget the websites, but you can go to them and actually look. And surprisingly enough, Metallica was on that list for last year, or was it 2017? What the fuck was it? Whatever year Eminem put out Revival. 2016, 2017, somewhere in. Anyways,
somewhere in the 2010s.
Metallica was on that list in the top 10, right? Which is insane for a band that's 40 plus years old to do. I mean, look at Guns N' Roses; they couldn't. Anyways, what I'm getting at is Guns N' Roses got huge extremely fast. Metallica had been in the game for 3 years already, and Guns N' Roses comes out with Appetite for Destruction, right? That was. Everybody knows that fucking album. Everybody knows Welcome to the Jungle, right?
Yeah.
When I say everybody, I mean a majority of people probably know that Howl and Scream, or Paradise City, or fucking Sweet Child O' Mine, Anyways, they got huge, right? I mean, huge within a span of 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Metallica's in it for 8 years, and they finally have one hit that registers the billboards, or 2 hits. I think 1, and then Nothing Else Matters, and Enter Sandman. Sorry, so 3, maybe 3. Now, mind you, that is 4 albums that Metallica had put out. Guns N' Roses did it with 2.
Yeah, that's gotta be soul crushing for Metallica. Just like, oh, it feels so.
No. They were
for you guys.
They were huge fans of Guns N' Roses, apparently at the time, before they went on tour. Anyways, I don't need to get into that history. I'm comparing the 2, right? One had to take the long hard road because they had a specific genre they were working with. Guns N' Roses was mainstream.
Mm.
And when I say that, it was a mix of hair metal and like, oh God, how do I compare this? Early 90s rock. It was like a mixture of hair. They had the big like melodic theater packing songs like Sweet Child O' Mine and Paradise City, Welcome to the Jungle. But they were also like punk. Because Axl wasn't afraid to say fuck on an album. You know what I mean?
That is true.
I don't know if many of you know this. John Lennon was the first person to say fuck on an album. But it was still frowned upon across the boards. And everything was pretty PG. That's why Metallica swore quite a bit in their early albums. They didn't get much play. Guns N' Roses brought fuck to the mainstream, you know what I mean? with songs like You're Crazy, where they literally say you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, they went there and did not apologize for it.
So I'm wasting a lot of time here, and I shouldn't. What I'm getting at is, I think they hit the big stream. Big stream? The fuck is that?
Well, big stream, mainstream, it's still the same overall stream, fam. It's all good.
I think they hit the mainstream and pulled a frickin' River Phoenix. And just, all the parachute straps came off. Because you get that big and drama starts and somebody in the band's like, oh, well, maybe they're right. Maybe we should do this. And Axl's like, fuck them and fuck their fucking assholes. And
it's
then
like, geez, Axl, we're just saying maybe we can get some more money. No! Fuck them! It's like, dude, what is wrong with you?
Exactly. I think he got a little bit power trippy. I think he thought he was the king of the band, and in reality, it was 5 guys working together. You know what I mean? Which is what anything in life usually is. You look at Aerosmith, okay? Aerosmith is not Steven Tyler. I don't care what you say. There is proof that a lead singer, even as great as that, can die and be replaced.
Yeah.
AC/DC is a perfect example. I'm not saying that Bon Scott had this mentality or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Aerosmith is not Steven Tyler. Aerosmith is Steven Tyler and the other members of the group.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Look at Metallica. How many bass players have they gone through?
Oh, there's just a long list of them. It's like trying to be the drummer for Spinal Tap at this rate.
But they had that mentality. It is not one person. It is all of us. And Megadeth, they've paraded around with many different lineups, and I'm talking probably about a lot of bands nobody's heard of because I'm older. But if you watch Bill and Ted's, Megadeth is mentioned.
Yeah, they are indeed mentioned.
Anyways, so I think they got too big, way, way, way too fucking quick. Power trip happens. Axl's having trouble now defending some of the shit that he's saying in public and in private, and Slash walks away and is like, okay, this is too much, or Axl fires him. I think it's either way, it doesn't matter.
One of the two stories.
It was a common thing that happens in rock and roll. Most bands don't make it. This is usually what happens. Most bands also don't get as big as they did, as fast as they did. And in that 10-year span, 85 to 95, 96, 97, 10, 12, 13-year span, it imploded. Most bands are together for 10 years before they make a hit. These guys got together and made hits. So the darkness took them. But it's nice to know that Sora came back with his big top hat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got way hooked on facts and information there, as I should have kept the English accent and just kept telling the story.
Honestly, you did the story to the point where it's like, and after this installment of Organza Gets Behind the Music, we're going to set up eventually to do the Beatles equals Elder Scrolls.
Ooh. Nah, we didn't pick a different game. I had to think about it for a second. Because you know how in Elder Scrolls it's a different era?
Yeah.
No, we could. No, we can't. I'm going to have... let me walk through this. I may be able to make this work.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Because their music was mind-altering.
Yeah.
For the time.
Yeah.
They were playing things that nobody else played. They invented heavy metal. Did anybody know that?
Yeah, it's weird.
The song Helter Skelter, apparently.
Yeah, that's pure heavy metal. They were a British rock band inventing heavy metal.
And you know what their excuse behind that was? They literally just went, fuck it, let's turn the...
Let's make sure we set all the things on the mixer to higher level there.
To 10. Just turn up to 10.
Crank up to 10 there, Larry.
And then they just went...
I'm sorry, John. We only turn up to 11. Oh, then fuck it. We'll turn up to 11.
Oh.
But that's gonna be a thing we can discuss for another time.
Yeah, I don't know how we'll tie it into Elder Scrolls.
We'll think of something with the Beatles at another time, man. We got time.
Definitely. Yes.
But I remember that you wanted me to give you the history to Kingdom Hearts.
What's that? Sorry.
I remember you wanted me to give you the history of Kingdom Hearts to go with the analogy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, before we started the podcast, Aaron was like, you're going to need to tell me the history because I've only played 1, 2, and Jenny and I are playing 3. And I'm like, well, that's going to be a dangerous thing to ask for because the continuity is bullshit. So
as with GNR.
yeah, it is. So let us roll back the clock, not for like the release of the games, but actually due to how the latest game for the mobile is technically the beginning to where the first prequel game starts.
What?
So, set several years into the past, where there was this one hooded asshole going up to his students and just like, okay, you 6 fuckers, I'm gonna teach you how to use these swords that look like keys.
Ansem?
No.
Is this Ansem? No.
No, it's like this guy that calls himself the Master of Masters. The fans call him M.O.M. So I'm like, so he's Mom? No, M.O.M. Mom? No, M.O.M. So Mom! And anyway, to kind of counteract all that stuff, they're just like, 5 of these people are going to be wearing animal masks. One has a unicorn, one has a snake, one has a bear, one has a jaguar, and one has a fox mask.
This sounds like a bad BDSM party.
It sounds like it, but ironically it's not. So
I'm like, wait a second, did Disney finally get the hint that maturity sells?
Apparently. But the Master of Masters one day is just like, okay, I taught you guys all you need to know, so here's a book of the future. You 5 get one, but you, my most prized student named Lushu, you have to stay with me for this important task. Where it turns out the Book of Prophecy was literally just a ploy to make the events happen by making his 5 students fight each other. And then the 6th one was like, here's a sword. It's like, okay, but why do I get this one? Oh, one of my eyes is inside the blade itself. It's so I can see the timeline through that sword. It's like, what? Yeah, that's how I write the book. Also, you get this mysterious black box. It's like, why? So, oh, you want to know what's in the box? He whispers it into his ear, so we still don't know what the fuck's in this goddamn box.
Is this the black box that they're looking for in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yes, and it's a shitty thing that's still going on that I'm always pissed off about. But then, the Keyblade War happens. And then, apparently, after the end of the Keyblade War, we have the Dandelions, the remaining children of the war that weren't affected by everything because they don't have a single strand of darkness inside them. Here's where the whole thing becomes unraveled before we get further. Ventus was one of the Dandelions, as well as one of the members of the original organization was a Dandelion in his human form, which is set years before the first prequel of Birth by Sleep.
Okay, yeah, wow. So hold on a second here. Knowing my history with the game, just 1, 2, and now 3.
Yes.
I'm still stuck in the whole Sora meets Mickey.
Yes.
Mickey explains, the darkness is taking over the universes and has split our dimensions into multiple islands in space.
Yes.
And it includes the Square Enix universe, this new universe that Sora and Riku exist in.
Correct.
And Disney.
Yes.
That was fine with me. What the fuck? I was totally okay with, in our universe, there exists light and dark. At any random time and given point, the light and the darkness are equal. They maintain a balance. Something has affected that balance and split our universes into one. That was totally okay with me.
Oh, it gets worse.
What the fuck?
So, as explained during the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3, where there's, of course, the chess match between Xehanort and Ericus. It's not really a
That's who
spoiler.
those two are?
It's not really a spoiler because the clothes match the characters from Birth by Sleep. It's set.
Yeah, but I've never played that.
It's set several hundred years after the Big War, where Ventus is still the same age that we saw him in Birth by Sleep. After which we get to Birth by Sleep, Master Ericus, voiced by Mark Hamill, by the way, and
I had to miss that? What the fuck?
Master Xehanort, voiced by the late Leonard Nimoy before his untimely death, are now older men, and Master Xehanort was actually one of the new masters of Ventus, still in the form of a teenager, to make the Keyblade.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem with fucking handheld and mobile gaming. I never got into it, and you strictly based an entire fucking storyline outside of the main fucking games. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So,
It's just, you know what? They did the same fucking thing with Final Fantasy VII.
although Crisis Core was probably the best thing out of Final Fantasy VII, I will admit.
Yeah, but that was on a PSP.
Yeah.
I didn't play the fucking PSP. Damn it.
Yeah. So, back to this train wreck that's going to be a dumpster fire soon. So, after failing to make the Keyblade, spelled X-Blade, Master Xehanort's just like, you know, I'm just going to kill you, but first I'm going to rip the darkness out of you to make Vanitas, who has the face of Sora for some fucking reason because of events of, oh, Ventus is basically dead. Oh, wait, he met the newborn form of Sora, who may or may not be a reincarnation of a Keyblade warrior. Maybe if he just bonds a little bit of his heart there, maybe he'll then become a little bit more full as an individual. Oh, wait, now Vanitas has Sora's face.
Wait a second. So wait. Ventus is good and Xehanort's bad, right?
Ventus is good. Xehanort is bad and misunderstood. You'll understand when you finish.
Okay, not bad. Ventus is light. Xehanort is like Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. No. The Empire Strikes Back.
Kind of. You're gonna have to see the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 to understand what I mean by kind of. It's complicated enough as is.
There is good in him, but his ideals outweigh the good that's left.
Yes, that's the best way I can do it without spoiling 3. But back to the on fire train to the dumpster fire. Birth by Sleep gave us Aqua and Terra to meet the eternally young looking but super old as fuck Ventus as they're doing the Mark of Mastery.
So there's two names. There's two names, Terra and Aqua, that as Sora in Kingdom Hearts, or not Sora, I'm sorry, as Roxas in Kingdom Hearts, I am striving to find Aqua. I didn't have any fucking clue who that was. I was just rolling with it. You know.
Yeah, but prepare for more fucked upitude, Aaron, because I barely even started.
I'm here.
So,
Still.
with Terra failing his exam because Mark Hamill's just like, but Terra, darkness is bad. You failed because you have darkness in you. Only Aqua gets to be a Keyblade Master because you're a bitch, Terra. It's like, but why you gotta do me like that, Dad? Because you have darkness, you drug addict.
So, he's basically playing Yoda, telling Anakin,
you are not ready to be Jedi Knight. You're not.
Let me remind you, clearly Anakin was not ready because he killed all those children.
Yeah. So, hold on to that analogy because after this, Master Xehanort goes to Terra just like, you know, there is a way you can become a master. Search the world and try to stop these things called unversed. They're
Just
the
like
negative
just like old Ben Kenobi did to freaking Skywalker?
They're these things that are made from negative energy. While that happens, Ventus meets Vanitas. And Vanitas is trying to goad Ventus to follow Terra. While at the same time, Aqua is being charged by Master Ericus to bring back both Terra and Ventus from just running away from home.
You know what, V? This is only reinforcing my idea that GNR is Kingdom Hearts, because
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was just as convoluted.
It's gonna get even worse, so hold on.
Axel's got some manager in the back who's like, you could do so much better without these two. Slash is over here like, dude, I can hear you. That's not even cool, man. And Axel's like, fuck you, Slash! You know what? Tell me more about this thing called money.
So back to the on-fire train of the dumpster fire. So Terra's just bumbling from world to world, being like, I'm gonna save everyone, but I'm having darkness. And it's just like, Master Xander's just like, no, you're doing good, you're doing good. You're gonna save a lot of lives with your darkness. You're also gonna save me from this guy who's gonna have an eye patch and a scar on his face soon.
Pause for a second there. Who the fuck says you're gonna save a lot of people with darkness? Have you ever seen the movie Pitch Black? One survivor, man. There was like 10 to begin with. Only one left that fucking planet. And there was no sunshine. Who the fuck? Who buys that?
Terra did! He's just like, you are going to be
darkness.
Master Terra because you can master
wait.
darkness.
No, you know what? You're right, because Anakin bought that shit too. Which is really funny, because Mark Hamill is playing the guy that gets his father to turn into Darth Vader.
So after he makes Bragg, aka Zigbar, have only one eye and a scar on his face to prove that he can master the darkness, after reuniting with Aqua and Ventus for one big time in Radiant Garden, aka Hollow Bastion, it then becomes a race to see who can save who, because Ventus is starting to discover that he was once a disciple to Master Xehanort, but he also has his dark form, which is Vanitas. And then Aqua is just like, being a master's hard. Both my friends are idiots. I need to do what I can to save them from themselves.
So wait, Ventus... Hold on. Hold on. I thought you said Ventus was dead, and Vanitas was born.
That's how it's supposed to go, but he's still alive, because he bonded a piece of his heart with Sora when he was just newly born.
Like what Sora did with Roxas.
Yeah. Except more convoluted.
Well, no, I mean, I get that part. Like, Sora is like this catalyst. So Ventus must be or his, something about him is
the best way to describe it is Sora is main plot point item.
Right. But anyone who comes into that contact with that main plot point item instantly gets cured. Or not instantly, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's
Sora
the best way to...
Sora has this unique ability to pull somebody back from the darkness that apparently nobody else does.
Yeah, it's gonna be something you're gonna see a lot more in 3.
Or more accurately, give a piece of himself. Give a piece of his heart or whatever he says it is. He's not literally like taking it out of his chest and like breaking off a piece like a cookie and handing it to them. But like it's like he infects them with his light.
Sort of. That's the best way to sum it up, though, but sort of.
He stabs him with his keyblade and infects him with his light.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but we're not even at like the 10% point though yet, Aaron. That's how convoluted this is. So after Terra's like, okay, I'm now Master Terra. I believe in all the things I stand for. He just all of a sudden hears Ventus trying to do a suicide attempt with Master Ericus, because like, oh crap, I used to be a bad guy, and now I don't remember even my past when I'm actually older than even you, Master Ericus. Terra's like, no, you will not kill my best friend. Ventus, go to Destiny Islands, because everyone goes to Destiny Islands now, where he kills Mark Hamill. And now everything about the world is dead because Master Eric is just like, yes, my best friend is dead, and now all I can do is consume the world in darkness.
I thought that was Mark Hamill's job.
So now Terra is going to Destiny Islands where he meets Sora and Riku. Sora's like, oh, I sense this guy, but I'm not going to talk to him. Riku's like, I'm going to talk to this guy. And then Terra's like, hey, kid, you want to get a sword when you get older? Do I? Does the ceremony. Now Riku gets to be a Keyblade wielder.
But not the right kind.
Kind of. Also, there's something about Kairi becoming a Keyblade wielder, just touching Aqua's Keyblade. That's something not important. Anyway.
So to put this, I'm sorry, I said Roxas earlier.
Mm.
I was wrong because they're still trying to find Roxas. I meant Riku.
Yes, the drug addict we'll get to
Riku.
later.
Yes. Sora cured Riku.
Yes.
Of his darkness. And Riku is currently looking for Terra in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is where I'm at this moment in the game, so spoiler free.
And then
I just
Aqua
wanted to correct myself.
Also comes to Destiny Islands just like, oh, you two kids gonna be fine. Only one Keyblade is enough for this friendship. And everyone else just like, ha ha ha, bitch, you funny. Only one in this friendship. You funny, bitch. Then it's like, oh, snap. What are we gonna do now? Terra has killed our master, and we have nothing else to live for. So then it's just Aqua, Terra, Ventus going to the Keyblade Graveyard to fight Master Xehanort and Vanitas. And then, during that climactic fight, Vanitas bonds with Ventus, where they have a fight inside Ventus's body. But Ventus destroys his own heart to save the universe after making the X-Blade, or Keyblade, however the fuck they want to call it. Where Aqua...
It's X-Blade. It's the way I was... There are many Keyblades.
But there's only one Keyblade.
Yes, it's the master key, so to speak.
Yes.
So they named it the X-Blade.
Yeah.
That's not what they call it in the game, but that is literally the name, and how it's spelt out is the X-Blade. That is the ultimate weapon. The ultimate weapon from, is non-existent. This thing rules them all.
Yes.
Which, if I am correct, the X-Blade is basically Sora's Keyblade, but with like 7 of them, right? It's one big, and then there's like 5 Sora Keyblades as the hill.
There's more to that than you even realize, Aaron. I can't spoil that.
Okay.
But after that, there's also Terra loses his body because Xehanort jumps into his body because it's so saturated in darkness, just like, ooh, young body. Jump!
All right, B. You gotta give me a second, because I need to process this.
Okay.
Let me get a refill. Just hold on.
Okay. We'll be right back.
And if you need an escape for now.
Sorry about that. I just had to take a walkabout.
And we're back.
And so what I have concluded is, know how I know this game was made by like 1 million different people?
Do tell.
The only 2 games in the entire franchise that line up storyline-wise are the first 2. And how many games are there? There's 1 and 2.
There's 1 Chain of Memories, 358 over 2 days, 2 Recoded, well, coded technically as the mobile game, recoded as the movies, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, Union Cross X, and then Kingdom Hearts 3.
All right, so the reason I say 1 and 2 is because I remember specifically playing 1, and then those mobile games, or not mobile games, the handheld games came out. 3.5, whatever.
358 over 2 days is Roxas' story before 2, but you can skip that if you want.
Exactly what I'm saying. It was irrelevant to the story in 2, right? I mean, it added to the story, but it was irrelevant. It did not affect the timeline between the 2 games. I followed 1 and 2 easily. And I had no idea what was in those two handheld games. All right, I had no idea what those were about.
Oh, Chain of Memories is just Sora, Donald, and Goofy go to a castle. They lose their memories. Sora's just like, oh, I have a new girlfriend, and she's blonde. It's just like, no, I'm not your girlfriend. I'm actually your daughter because I'm the nobody of your girlfriend who's actually inside your heart and won. It's like, oh shit, I almost made out with my daughter. They fight the pink-haired guy, Marluxia. He's kind of an important character, by the way. And then after destroying him, it's like, I want to get my memories back. Okay, we're gonna need to sleep for about a year. About a year? Ah, well, whatever.
But you see what I'm saying? Like those two, they added to the story, but they didn't change it. So me going from 1, 2 to 3, that's like I'm starting this franchise over again. That's what it is. But that's how I know that a million different people have worked on it. That's what the next Metal Gear Solid game is going to be. People are going to pick it up and be like, ooh, Hideo Kojima. Oh, wait, that's right. He quit. And then they're going to play this and they're going to be like, wait a second. Who the fuck are these people and where is Solid Snake or Big Boss? What happened? And that story was fucked up to begin with.
Yeah.
And people are going to be like, wait, what? So wait a second. Some soldier from the 70s took his DNA and created super soldiers of himself, clones?
Yeah.
But he didn't just throw away the shitty DNA. He created the shitty DNA into another guy, which became the villain from the Metal Gear Solid franchise? Wait. And then wait, Revolver Ocelot is actually Big Boss's friend? Hold on. Like, that story's fucked up. And you're telling me, yes, I'm telling you, the new one, if they ever make one, because Hideo Kojima is gone, and I hope to God that he got to keep some intellectual rights to that shit. So if they make a new one, is going to be so far removed from any of the other ones, we're going to have a Kingdom Hearts 3 situation.
Yes! Yes! So, I've already covered... We already know the story of 1. It's the best one for a lot of reasons, because it's just like, it's an original idea. There's not a lot going on. We all played 1. I've already summed up Chain of Memories except for Riku's story, but no one wants to talk about Riku's story right now, because it leads into 358 over 2 days, about how there's a girl named Xion, and she's like the replica of Sora in girl form, which is weird, because now there's like multiple Soras running around, but
no, that's just his girlfriend.
But it's like, it's okay, it just leads into why Roxas is in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's not important to play those 2 games. You can literally just play 1 and 2, and you'll be fine.
Yes.
Everyone's played 2. It's fine. You can skip it for this whole resonance thing. Then, after all the stuff in Kingdom Hearts 2, we have Coded, which is one of the worst told stories, but one of the best mobile games I've ever played on a phone.
So is this like, does this have anything to do with them, with the fake Twilight Town? Exist like the virtual reality and whatnot?
Close.
It's not virtual reality. It's a simulation. I don't know how to describe it. They talk about it in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I don't remember it from 2 or 1.
Well, 2 had a fake Twilight Town, but that was just to get Roxas to give up Sora's powers and memories. Nothing really substantial. No. Coded is where that bullshit comes into play of like, Jiminy is like, oh man, my pages are gone. Maybe if I use a computer, I can restore the pages that were written with ink. That shouldn't be erased with anything except for magic. Even though we have a magician and Mickey in the castle to restore everything with magic.
Multiple magicians. Oh, no, you're right. Technically, one's a sorcerer.
So instead of using magic to restore these pages, we'll use data. What? Brilliant. And
computers can process magic.
Yes. And then with the data machine, they're just like, we're gonna transfer everything and make a data Sora to clear up all of the viruses on a journal made of paper and a thick back cover and shit. Viruses on a paper journal.
Magic.
But they're using
magic
data.
Magic computers.
And afterwards, like, Data Sora now it has a data keyblade. Oh, wait. Maleficent and Pete are in the journal. And they destroyed the data keyblade. But wait. The Data Sora can now use Sora's real-life keyblade.
Keep going, V. I'm with you. Keep going.
And then afterwards, it's like, okay, we have Data Sora. Data Riku's in this. We're going to clean up all of the viruses on this paper journal. Paper journal.
Magic, V. You just said it yourself. They used magic. Computer magic. I mean,
and so,
look, I can listen to music on my phone that I don't own. It's through a streaming service. I don't care how it fucking got here.
And so, after saving the original stuff of the first part of the journal that shouldn't have been deleted in the first fucking place, because once again, this is stupid, they're like, okay, now it's time to go to the stuff that we have no recollection of writing down, which is Castle Oblivion from Chain of Memories, where Data Sora has to fight Data Roxas after going through data replicas of the data worlds from the first half of the fucking game. And then afterwards it's like, oh, so Sora has data inscribed into his code because he's a living human being that deserves to have code into his system? That makes fucking sense, because he has a bunch of computer codes in his brain.
Okay.
Following that, they're just
How
like,
did that happen? How did he get code in him?
apparently Ansem the Wise put something in his brain when they were trying to wake him up of like, we could just put memories in here, but I'm gonna put data. But he's human, I know. We'll put data into his brain functions. He's human! But it's data though. Data can do anything!
Well, they are coming close. They're talking about expanding memory in the human brain by using actual hard drives and shit.
And
I'm not even joking about that, B.
I know. And the funny part is, Coded is apparently a year after Kingdom Hearts 2 ended, with Sora now being like 16 years old.
Okay.
And he's getting this letter from Mickey now, just like, yeah, we could have used you on this adventure, but now I need you to come with me to Master Yensid to take the Mark of Mastery exam. You and Riku, ho-ho! So it's like, you couldn't have called these fucking assholes to help you with your journal problem a year ago, and you're doing this now to take a Mark of Mastery because since you killed the Heartless and the Nobody, that means Xehanort comes back for some fucking reason because that shit makes sense.
Because you can't... Okay, I was actually reading about that. Remember how I told you there's the balance?
Yes.
Where there is light, there has to be dark, and vice versa. I actually read about this specific part. Xehanort cannot be killed.
Oh, I know.
He can, but he can't. Xehanort is the darkness.
Which is stupid.
Yes, I agree. And the way they explain it is dumb. But on the dumbest terms, on my level terms, that's what it is. Xehanort is darkness. You cannot eliminate it completely. It has to exist, but in an equilibrium with light. So whatever Xehanort's power level is, you have to have something of equal power on the other side of it to balance it out. That's what isn't... you said Ventus, right? That's what Ventus was?
Ventus, as well as every other dandelion that was associated with him back in the original Keyblade War, which was before Xehanort was even born.
So they don't tell us how Xehanort became that level entity.
They don't tell us a lot of things.
He just is, at this point in time in the game. Xehanort is the darkness, and there isn't a light to balance it yet.
Yeah, yet. Which is what brings us to Dream Drop Distance.
Okay, let's go. We can wrap this up. Let's hurry this up, V. Come on. Let's get through this.
Okay. Dream Drop Distance. We're now set to where Sora and Riku have to take the stupid Mark of Mastery because it's like, only a master can face off against Xehanort. I'm like, didn't 2 non-masters go toe-to-toe with him? Yes, but for this part of the plot, Sora and Riku must be masters to awaken the power of waking. Okay, whatever. So we then go into
Wait. What is the power of waking, by the way?
Power of waking. The bullshit term. The power to wake up people from dreams.
What?
Yes.
I thought Sora already had that fucking power.
He does. They just mysteriously say that he can't use it, but you'll understand why soon.
He did use it. He used it on Riku.
Yes, but again, plot convenience that a 3-year-old made. So, they wake up some sleeping worlds of Huntrek of Notre Dame, Tron, The World Ends With You from the Square Enix franchise, so many other fanatical things, even when Mickey was part of the Musketeers and a student underneath Yen Sid with magic. All those things then lead into Sora apparently now going so deep in the darkness, he loses his powers by fighting the darkness at its lowest peaks, and it makes his powers reset.
Wouldn't that make it stronger?
It should, if you were to use your brain.
That's how leveling up works.
Yes, it is. And then Riku apparently is the only one that becomes a master because he accepted darkness when he was a drug addict, basically, with darkness being an allegory for drugs, obviously. And then Riku's like, I accept darkness, therefore I am both the light and the dark. It's like, congratulations, you passed your test. Now save your best friend that people think is your gay life partner. What? Sora's in danger?
So this is basically Star Wars.
It's becoming Star Wars now, where now Master Xehanort is alive, but wait, now Ansem, Seeker of Darkness is alive, but wait, then Xemnas is alive, but wait, now Issa, aka Saix, is alive, but wait, Zigbar is alive, but wait, there's a young Xehanort that time travels that's bringing forth people from different timelines to become the new vessels of Xehanort because Xehanort's putting pieces of himself in these people's bodies to make his new clones.
Which one's the one that put the eye in the Keyblade?
That would be the Master of Masters. He's like, no one knows where the fuck he is.
What if he is Xehanort?
Oh no, they debunked that.
Oh. Okay. Anyways, come on, we can do this.
From there, they're just like, okay, we're at war. Now what do we do? And also, Lee is here, aka Axel, and he has a Keyblade now because, of course, he does. And then it's like, only Riku passed because he mastered the power of waking.
He's Axel Rose, remember?
Yes.
That's why.
Yes. I almost forgot. And then Riku passes the exam because, of course, he does. And they're just like, Sora, you failed because even though it was completely my fault for not safeguarding your exam, and you getting kidnapped was also my bad, you have to suffer because... It's like, oh, well, whatever. I'm glad my best friend passed, but I'll be right back. I'm going to jump into the dream world with the power of waking that apparently I won't have in the third game. By jumping into the dream world to talk to my dream companions that I acquired in this new game. And then we also have to spend 2.8 talking about what Aqua's been doing the past 10 plus years, where apparently she met Mickey before he found Sora and Riku in the end of the first game, because why the fuck not? To then just go into Kingdom Hearts 3 now, where we're now officially pulling into the gate to the dumpster fire.
So, just to make things clear, at this point in the timeline, technically, Sora should be well into his 20s. Just so you know. Like we're talking, 25, 26. And that's just, standard storyline shit right there. As far as I can tell, he is still only like 16, 17.
He should be 17 in the Japanese translation. America, he's 16.
Which means that tells you if there's anything to say, here's where we went wrong. The fact that your main character is literally almost 10 years younger than he should actually be in the real storyline. That's how much time you've wasted on fixing your fucking story.
Yeah.
I am thoroughly convinced now, though, that GNR is definitely Kingdom Hearts.
So you
And
guys got
Kingdom Hearts 3 is just, this is the prelude to the GNR reunion. All right, it's just, that's how long this has been going. Nobody thought GNR was going to come back together before Kingdom Hearts 3 was released.
And look where we are today.
Okay, we now know that they are intertwined. So the fact that GNR has reunited means that Kingdom Hearts 3 drops, and they're going to come out with a 4 or some downloadable content that ties all this shit together, and they'll reintroduce the Square Enix universe, you know, the Final Fantasy universe. That's the one I'm mainly looking for. They'll reintroduce them back into Kingdom Hearts 3 because somewhere along the line they disappear. And all will be right with the world.
Yeah, because apparently the next game is not Kingdom Hearts 4, but a tie-in to 4, where apparently we also find out where the Master of Masters has been.
Okay, but it'll be on console, right?
We can only hope.
It's not something I have to fucking
We
download
can
on
only
my
hope.
phone, pay $5 for a fucking...
Aaron, we can only hope.
Well, hey, let me put it this way. I lived through the GNR thing. I can live through this. If you go timeline-based here, if we go timeline-based, so GNR starts, Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. They go from 1985 to 1997, did I say? Or 96?
Think so. 96 sounds about right.
So, 11 or 12 years, they go. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, when did they come out?
2001 and 2004, I believe.
Okay, so 2000, we'll go from 2004.
Okay.
2014 would be 10 years.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, so did a Kingdom Hearts game come out in 2014?
There were a lot of games that came out between the span of 2004 to 2014. Like,
so hold on. Because this is getting bigger. So the story made sense between 1 and 2.
Yes.
We have that down. That was a 3-year span.
Yes.
So, in comparison, they're on a microcosm of GNR, because GNR was together for about 11, 12 years.
Correct.
Then they break up.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts breaks up. It was a span. We went back and we looked. 2016 was when they reunited. I don't know if that was official, though, because I don't think they actually started shows until 2017. But I'm not positive about that. So we'll have to go with the 2016 version. It took them another 20 years. This is not looking good for Kingdom Hearts. This is not looking good for Kingdom Hearts at all. It took GNR 20 years to reunite. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Because 1 and 2 made sense. That was a 3-year span. And then 2019 hits Kingdom Hearts 3 drops. That's a span. I don't want to fucking say it.
I know.
We're going to be dead before this makes sense to anyone.
Oh, that's why I'm just like, congratulations, you've now reached the dumpster fire. We have t-shirts that say you survived.
Oh my god. B, you're going to have to invent time travel because I need to know how this story comes back together and actually makes sense before I die.
Oh, if I did that, then all of a sudden I'd just be knocking on your door. It's like, Aaron, I'm from the future. Don't mind the beard. I had no time to shave. I need to tell you before I die of my 3rd heart attack about how Kingdom Hearts 3 actually ends.
Well,
and
not
then the
3,
entire franchise
Yes. So like Kingdom Hearts 19.
Now, as my great-great-grandson told me, when Kingdom Hearts 20 dropped, it finally made sense again.
Sora finally went back in time, prevented all of this from happening. Prevented the snap.
Because apparently people are saying the Avengers might be in an upcoming Kingdom Hearts title at this rate. I don't fucking know.
I still like the fact that there was a petition made for Ant-Man to fly up Thanos' ass and expand. I'm sorry, you know, like one of them was, if you don't do this, I'm not seeing your movie. And somebody makes a comment like, you know, Ant-Man could fly into literally any other orifice. It doesn't have to be the ass.
I mean, he could fly up his nose and
right?
make his head explode. But,
this is a Disney film. We can't do that here.
Oh, yeah, Disney
but Deadpool
film.
will remain rated R.
Yeah. But, yeah, you guys got to hear music history from one of the best. You got to hear some video game history from a confusing dumpster fire. And as much as we would love to go on with you guys, I'm running out of saliva. So, we gotta go into what our topic is next week, which is, as much as I would love to go over something else, I actually do want to cover how everything is basically Star Wars now.
Yeah, pretty much. Go Disney!
Because after this, I'm just like, everything is turning into Star Wars recently, and I don't like it.
Hey, it's one of the greatest stories ever told. Hey, come on now. Statistically speaking.
Journey to the West would like to argue with that point.
And they're still making movies about it. About Journey to the West.
That's why I'm like, as much as I like how our Star Wars did it, as someone that grew up just reading Journey to the West, I'm like, greatest story ever told.
No. I didn't say greatest story ever told. I said one of.
Oh, okay.
One of.
That makes sense.
For a movie franchise, yes. Much like the greatest story ever told has to be, and I am sorry, Beowulf, because they still make movies about it to this day.
I'm not arguing that one.
That is literally the first story ever written down.
That is true. And it was the only one untouched by the Christian Manifesto because they did not specify anything about gods, just a guy killing 3 monsters before dying like a boss.
Yes, absolutely. So on the scale of when it comes to greatest stories ever told, which maybe we could do a topic on that someday, Beowulf definitely takes the cake. Because that is literally thousands of years old, and we're still telling it today, almost in its original form.
Almost.
There are different versions, but they all tell the same moral story, so to speak. Anyways.
Yeah, and to give you guys a little bit of some stuff, because I've been staring off on like my other screen, just trying to make sure we're still recording. For those of you guys that are probably wondering how I'm recording this week's episode, I'm seeing an uncut thing of a Twin Peaks related property where Laura Palmer is topless right now and drugged up to all hell.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm just turning my head. I just see a topless Laura Palmer, and now the flash of light.
Money on my mind every day. Please don't play with mine, put it in the bag. Usually I can leave it in the past. You gon' make me have to show my ass. Ooh, I can love you till the sun comes up. Let me love your body down. You don't even really gotta ask. I'ma love you better than the rest. Got me like, ooh,